Hello everyone, I hope that you're all well. So we're on the topic of averages, and in this lesson we will be looking at the median and the range. So by the end of the lesson hopefully you'll be able to find the median and the range of a small set of data. Quick little recap then on what we've been looking at so far. So last lesson you learnt how to calculate the mean and the mode. Remember there are only three types of averages, that is the mean, the median and the mode. So two of those you've done so far. We'll be looking at the median today, and then the range is not an average, it's a measure of spread. So to calculate the mean, the way that we do that is you add up all the numbers that you've got and then divide by however many numbers there are, and then the mode is the most popular answer. So the mode is the most. Okay, let's have a look at an example then to work out the median. Example 1, the slinkies are a group of worms. Here is a list of the lengths of 11 worms in centimetres. Let's find the median. So these here are lengths of worms in centimetres. We need to find the median. Remember that when we need to find the median, the key word that needs to pop into your head is that we need to find the middle. Okay, so the median is the middle number, but you must put the numbers in order first. So step 1 when finding the median is you put the numbers in order of size. Now I tend to put them in ascending order. Ascending order means smallest to biggest. So you look for the smallest number and then you put them in order. Now notice how I mark off the numbers as I write them. That means then that I know that I've included all of the numbers when putting these in order. You can also count them once you put them there. We know that there should be 11 worms. So 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. You know that you haven't missed any numbers out. Okay, so we've done the step 1, which is putting them in order. Next step, we need to find the middle number in this row here. So the way that I do that is you mark off from each end, and that means that we'd be left with what's in the middle. So the median for this set of data is 19 centimetres. The median length of the worms is 19 centimetres. And that, remember, an average is a number that is used to represent a set of data. So this would be used to represent the lengths of all 11 worms. Okay, example 2 then. The ages of 6 people are given below. Find the median of the ages. Okay, so step 1, put these numbers in order first. So start with the smallest. And then once you've put them in order, you then mark off from each end. Now notice that we now have two numbers that are in the middle. Okay, you cannot have two numbers as a median, it must just be one number. So what we then do is we find the number that's halfway between those two numbers. If we use a number line, 24, 26, what number is halfway between those? That is 25. So the median for this set of data is 25. Okay. Now if you had harder numbers, it may not be as obvious what the middle number was. So another way that you can find the middle number between two numbers is that we add the two numbers together. So here we're trying to find the middle number between 24 and 26. We add them and then you divide it by 2. So that's 50 divided by 2, so the median is 25. Okay, so that's another way of how you can find halfway between two numbers. On to example 3 then. So here we have got 2, 4, 6 numbers and a blank card there. So a number is to be written on a blank card. The mode, now when you see keywords, I tend to write down what I know about them underneath. So the mode is a keyword, which is the most, and the median, which is the middle. And remember that first step, we'd have to put these numbers in order if we were to find the median of them. Of all 7 numbers, so that's including this here, are both the same. Find one possible number that can be written on the blank card, 1 mark. Okay, so this now is bringing together things that we've learned last lesson on the mode and then what we've just learned on the median. So what do we know? The mode is the most, so there must be another one of these numbers, which is going to be this here. And the median is going to be the middle number, are both the same. So what I would say first of all is to write these numbers in order, because that's what we would need if we needed to work out the median. Okay, now I know that if I was to find the median of these 6 numbers, that means then that I would need a number here to be the median. And there's actually 2 potential answers here, because if I put 11 there, then the median would be 11 and the mode would also be 11. Okay, so I could have an answer of 11. Or if I had written this to be 18, again, the median would be 18 and the mode would also be 18. So you actually could write either one of these. You would only need to write down one of them, but the answer, the number on that card would be either 11 or 18. Either one of those would give you that mark. Okay, so that's a different little twist on bringing in that understanding of median and then the different types of averages. And that's what they tend to do in your GCSEs now. They'll tend to look at your understanding, not only your standard, find the median, etc. They'll give you a little problem type like this where you'd have to use your understanding of those averages. Let's have a quick little recap then on what we've learnt so far. So remember last lesson, to find the mean, you add up all the numbers and divide by however many numbers there are. To find the mode, it's the most popular answer. And for the median, it's the middle number when you put the numbers in order of size. Right, here we go then. Here's a GCSE question for us to answer. So the miles travelled by an insurance salesperson over 8 days were those there. Find the median of the mileages. Okay, so step 1, remember, write these numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest I tend to do. So 35 is my smallest number. Okay, so now we need to find the middle number. So we mark from each side, marking these off to find the middle number. Now here we have 2 numbers, and remember we can't have 2 numbers as the median, so we need to find the number that is halfway between them. Now that's not quite as easy for this question. So what we need to do to work out the median, the easiest way to find halfway between these 2 numbers would be to add them together and then half it. Okay, now some of you will be able to do that in your head. For some of you, use a tower sum to add these 2 numbers together, and that'll give you 132 divided by 2. Okay, again, for some of you, you'll be able to divide that by 2 in your head. Some of you are going to use a bus stop. So how many 2's going to 1? None. Carry the 1. How many 2's going to 13? That's going to be 6. Remainder 1. And then how many 2's going to 12? That's going to be 6. So the median of the mileages is 66. Okay. I've written over the marking scheme a bit, but you can see here where the answers are. So it's important to notice that what I'll do here is I'll actually get rid of parts of this and then I'll write it back in. Okay, let's look at this marking scheme. Notice here M1, that's a mark for your method. Okay, so it's very important that you show your workings, and what you get here is a mark for writing those numbers in ascending order, and then for noticing that there's two middle numbers. So for example, for me putting a circle around there, okay, and then your next mark is going to be for actually working out the median. Okay, so for that answer mark of 66 miles, that will give you your second mark. So 1 mark for your workings, and notice over here it says for identifying the correct two middle numbers. So if either for circling those 59 and 73, those are the two middle numbers, or if just for writing those in ascending or descending order, you'd get that method mark. And then your next answer mark is going to be for that 66. Okay then. So what I'd like you now to do is to try out this question to see if you can work out the median for yourselves. So if you can, as before, pause the video, write down the question, try and answer the question, and then when you're ready to mark your answer, press play, and I'll be going through the answer with you and telling you how to gain these 2 marks. Okay, so when you're ready, press play, and I'm going through the answers with you. Okay, so the lengths in centimetres of 8 pieces of wood are those numbers. Find the median of their lengths. So step 1, you must put them in order. So 36 is my smallest number here. Okay, so I've put them in order. Now I need to find the middle number. So I mark off from each side. And notice again, I've got 2 numbers in the middle. Okay, so now what I need to do to find the median, I need to find halfway between those. So how I do that is we add them together. Okay, again, if needs be, you can use a tower sum to help you. Okay, so that's going to give you 135 divided by 2. And then what we do then is you half that number. Again, if you need to use a tower sum, feel free to do so. That's going to give us an answer of 67.5. Okay, so if you need to use a bus stop, sorry. It'd help if I could write. There you go. Okay. That gives you an answer of 67.5. Okay, so where are the marks here to get these 2 marks? Remember, you get 1 mark for writing them in the correct order, 1 mark then for your 67.5. Okay, let's look at the range then. So remember, the range is not an average. Okay, it's very important that you remember that. And the range is actually, it tells us how spread out the data is, okay, so it's a measure of spread. So here, the miles travelled by an insurance salesperson over 8 days were those numbers. Find the range of the mileages. Now to find the range, what you do is you take the highest number, okay, and you subtract the lowest number from it. So it's the highest, take away the lowest. So with this here then, you're looking for what is the highest number, that's 109. And then looking for the smallest number, which is 35. Okay, so we need to subtract those. Again, if you want, feel free to use a tower sum to help you. Okay, so 9 take away 5 is 4. 0 take away 3 you can't do, so you need to borrow. 10 take away 3 is 7. So the range here is 74. Okay. Quite straightforward. Here's a marking scheme for us then. This is linked to what we've already done. Okay, so this is the same question as what we've just done. So the range, you just get 1 mark for that answer of 74. Example 2 here then. So the midday temperature at the summit of Snowdon was recorded over a 7-day period. The recorded temperatures for 5 of those days are shown in the table below. Tuesday was 2 degrees warmer than Monday. So Notice there's a blank here for Tuesday. Asks us to complete the table for Tuesday and for Saturday. So if it's 2 degrees warmer than Monday, that means it was -2 degrees Celsius on Tuesday. And then for Saturday, to fill in this blank, tells us that it was 6 degrees colder than Friday. Friday was 1 degrees. Now again, if you want, feel free to use a number line to help you when working these out. Okay, but here what we need to do is you need to work out 1, because that's the temperature was on Friday, -6, which gives you a temperature of -5 degrees Celsius. So here you start on 1, count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The answer is -5. Okay, what was the range of the recorded temperatures over the 7 days? So remember, the range is the highest, take away the lowest. That's how you find the range. Okay, so we need to find the highest number. So that's going to be the warmest temperature that's there. That is 2. And then you need to subtract the coldest temperature, which is -5. Okay, so bringing in here what you have learnt before on negative numbers. Okay, so here, remember, notice you can't have 2 negatives. You should know that. So we need to circle and replace. Okay, if the signs are the same, so 2 negatives, we replace with a positive, plus, so 2 add 5 is 7. Okay, next question then. So that's just the marking scheme. So you get a mark for the -2, mark for the -5 in that part A question, and then for part B, 1 mark for that 7 degrees. Okay, little recap then on what we've learnt so far. So the mean, the mode and the median are averages. Okay, and remember that the range is not an average, it's a measure of spread. It tells us how spread out the data is. Okay, so to find the mean, you add up all the numbers and divide by however many numbers there are. To find the mode is the most popular answer. The median is the middle number when you put the numbers in order of size. And then the range is the highest number, take away the lowest number. Okay, so here then, we have some GCSE past paper questions, and I'd like you to have a go at these. So if you get yourselves a piece of paper and a pen, write out the question, try it out, and then when you're ready, press play and I'll be going through the answers with you. Okay, so hopefully you've given that a go and you're ready to mark your answer. So let's read the question first. The ages in years of the 8 members of an evening class are as follows. Find the range of the ages of the members of the class. Okay, so this is 1 mark. So I've got the marking scheme here to help us as well when looking at where the marks are. So here, looking at the marking scheme, we'll get 1 mark for that 23. How do we get that answer of a 23? So remember that the range is the highest number, take away the lowest number. So looking at this list, the highest number is 47. The lowest number here is 24, and 47 take away 24 is going to give you a range of 23. So that's going to be 1 mark. Part 2, what was the range of their ages 1 year ago? Well, this oldest person in the list here, last year, a year ago, they would have been 46. And this person here that was 24, a year ago would have been 23. So if we work out what the range would have been, it would have been 23. So the range would be the same. And for that, 23, for writing out that it is the same, you're going to get a mark. However, I haven't got that second mark where I need to give a reason for your answer. And there's a few reasons. The reason what I would say is that a year ago, they were 1 year less. So the highest and the lowest ages are 1 less. Or what they have got here is the 24 becomes 23 and the 47 becomes 46. That you get a mark for that explanation. Or both ends are 1 less. That's allowed. And then here, what you'll have on this right hand side here is some more accepted answers or answers that are not allowed. Okay. Right, so I have another question for you to try out. I don't think you'll be able to write all of that out, so just press pause, try this question out, make sure you take in all the information, and then when you're ready to go through and mark your answer, press play and I'll be going through the answers with you. Okay, so hopefully you press pause, you tried it out, and now you're marking your answer once you've given this question a go. This came up in June 2018, it's a numeracy question. So notice that this question here is a bit more of a maths type question. This one here is more of a numeracy GCSE question. So the tables below show all of the international football results for Wales in 1984 and 1985. So here we have the scores for 1984 and here the scores for 1985 below. Geraint says, on average, now when the exam board, WJC, put things in bold, they're trying to help you. So that's going to be something we need to make sure that we know. On average, the Wales international football team scored more goals per match in 1985 than in 1984. Okay, so that's what Geraint is saying. A, in checking the truth of Geraint's statement, why would it not be helpful to consider the range of the number of goals per match in each year? Well, Geraint speaks about on average. He's saying on average. It wouldn't be any use to work out the range because we know that the range is not an average. Okay? And so here, this is an exclamation mark. Suitable reason, the range is not an average. Just for writing that down, you'd have had a mark. The range doesn't take all the goals into consideration. So a few different explanations here, but the one that I would definitely link to is the fact that we need to remember the range is not an average, and that will give you that mark. Okay, so please, please, please remember that for the range. Fab, so well done, that's the end of the lesson. So now what I'd like you to do is to log into My Maths using the school username and password, and then log into your own personal portal using your own username and password that you should have. If for any reason you don't have your My Portal username and password, please email me and I'll get back to you and I'll tell you what it is. Okay, so if you log into your portal, then you come to this page, and then if you want, you can work through the lesson. Okay, remember these lessons are interactive. They have worksheets like this on. You can start on one. We can work through them as needed. And these worksheets here are just extra support, and it'll mark it, click mark it, and it'll mark it there for you. You'll have immediate feedback, which is really good. But what we definitely would like you to do is to complete the online homework. This allows us to see how you're doing, how well you understand the topic whilst you are working from home. Okay, so complete question 1, which is on median, and question 2, which is on the range. Remember to mark it and click save, and that'll be sent to us. And then we can hopefully give you some feedback on that. Okay, so I hope that you're all well, working at home. Hopefully we get to see you soon. And diolch yn fawr, I'm sure you will have done well with this topic. Hwyl am y tro.